Hello, this is Lisa Russick with the podcast We're All Psychic. And yeah, I still think we're all psychic. So today I am laid up. So, yes, I am. My neck's been out. And that's why we haven't had any podcasts. That's not the only reason. We didn't have any guests, and I couldn't think of any ideas because I felt suddenly very insecure. I wasn't sure why. So that's what this podcast is about. This podcast is for you, young empaths. All you young empaths, or all of you empaths who are coming back around to that moment where you're like, something's making me more sensitive again. Why? I thought I had this going under control. I thought I knew all my techniques. I thought my protection works, my ideals work, my ideas work, my guides and angels. Yes, they all are actually still working. They're working overtime, listeners. And so is my heating pad. So when my neck goes out like this, it just does. I have a bone spur that grows into my spinal cord, from the inside of my spinal column in my neck, right about in here. And right now it's been doing this weird thing. If you watch the podcast with Greg Sheehy, he had sent me healing and it did that tingle a lot today. It hadn't done it. It did a little bit last night. I thought of him and then started tingling. And it was really weird. I thought of him and the way I didn't know, it just came out of nowhere. I just thought of him. And then I remembered that I didn't remember it. It just started happening, that tingling on my neck. And that's ever since then, it was starting to feel better anyway because I did heat and ice. And then ever since then, when it starts to really hurt, if I think of him, that tingly feeling will come. Right now, I just have to be really gentle with it. I don't want it to go out again or be put in. I have like a sling on that helps, keeping it up helps. If I let it drop down, it's not too comfortable. It's not good. It's not good to use it to pick up stuff either. So anyway, that's a bunch about me. You don't need to know. But the point is, even has something to do with this, but I have the diagnosis of hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Has a little bit to do with that too, but I was also a smoker most of my life, and in 2019 I switched to nicotine salts. And it's got me off cigarettes altogether. And I loved my nicotine salts. Like, oh my gosh, they were my favorite thing in the whole world. I didn't want them to be. I knew it was a bad habit. My guides were asking me to stop. Other people were telling me my guides were asking me to stop. Um, my doctors just quit asking. And they're just like, hey, God, she's not smoking. But, what I found out since I've quit is that my stomach doesn't have hardly any problems compared to what I had before. I still have some stomach issues, but nothing like they were before. Now, I don't know if you're a regular watcher, but another thing that's happened is that I had some spots over the last few years coming up around my face that look like freckles. Sometimes they're red, sometimes they look like freckles. And usually I had kind of just like normal, didn't do that look. Most of them are going. If you're regular, you might remember them. And I don't have the enhance your background or your looks thing on. Unless it's just doing it to me on purpose. I don't remember my skin looking that nice. It does do that on Zoom. It does do it anyway. And it does enhance our voices, but we allow it to do that. That's why I like to use Zoom to record the videos for you guys when it's just me talking. It has a voice print thing, all you geeks out there. I like to throw some geek knowledge out there if I can. Off subject. You can fast forward to number 4.27. I don't know. 4 minutes and 86 seconds. I don't know what that means. 86 seconds. Meant to say seconds. 86 seconds. I gotta add that up now. No, I'm not gonna do that. No. We're gonna have to turn this into a math podcast and then a numerology all of a sudden. Because every time math gets brought up, we bring up numerology. Okay, I'm backtracking, guys. The reason I'm being a little standoffish about the topic is because I have been very sensitive since I quit vaping nicotine. I have no nicotine. I didn't turn over to a cigarette. I didn't turn over to any other kind of nicotine. I just quit. I said, when this vape breaks, I am no longer getting another one. I am no longer vaping, and it broke. I threw it out. I threw out everything that involved nic salts and anything nicotine related, and it's all gone as far as I know. I don't think I have anything nicotine in the house. I may have some empty nicotine vape bottles. I don't. I will not touch it again. That's how vain I am. No, no, the stomach thing. It just to have my stomach back has been incredible. But of course, as I'm feeling better, I'm doing more, which is bringing my back out of alignment a lot. And I think that may be one of the problems my neck went out. It went out when I picked up my guitar with my left arm, and then that's the side that goes out because of that bone spur. I don't know what goes out means. It just does this, and there's pain. And to put heat and ice on it, it's a compression of a nerve because it shoots down my arm, down kind of down to my hip a little bit. Not constantly. It's just kind of like a discomfort is like what it feels like. But when I move, it will be sharp sometimes. Yeah, I can't predict it. It sucks. Yeah, I'm psychic. I should be able to predict when my arm's gonna hurt me. It feels like it will anytime that I'll manifest it. If I manifest it, never hurting, will that work? I'll try that, guys. I'll let you know. This does not serve me for it to hurt. I tell it that every time. um, so my sensitivity has been very strange. Now, this is for the empaths. I said, those of you who are just maybe finding this podcast and thinking, are you really going to do an empath podcast ever? At least you've been talking for 21 minutes, I think is what that, well, I don't know, the Zoom meeting is 21 minutes. But I want to tell you guys, if you're feeling like that ultra sensitivity, this usually happened to me around puberty. It hit me. I didn't care what people thought of me until I hit puberty, and then there was a girl in 8th grade that I really wanted her to think. Or I think I was in 7th grade, and she was in 8th grade, and I thought she was so cool. I didn't know much about her. I just thought she was really cool, and she had cool friends, and I wanted her to be my friend. And then I tried to be her friend, and she didn't think I was cool enough. And then I was like, I'm not cool. I'm actually not cool at all. And I thought about it. I'm like, no, there's nothing cool about me, and I was like, what is cool anyway? What does that mean? It means people don't like me. What does that mean? What do people don't like me for? What? They don't even know me, but I made judgments about them too. And it was all very confusing. And I didn't have any reason for these judgments, just very slight interactions and a lot of energetic feelings is the best way to put it now. But at the time, I had no idea why I was so affected by someone that I just wanted them to be my friend. It was intense, guys. You know what I'm talking about. If you're an empath, opening up your empathic senses, if you like it or not. It happens, and it's like, God, why am I feeling this? It's weird. It's probably because they feel that way, guys. I'm realizing that too, even now, as my sensitivity is so close. And I feel personally, my sensitivity, the thing that's being brought back up, is a real lack of security. Feeling insecure about myself, not like, I mean, yes, I'm insecure about my living situation and stuff. I always have been. It feels like I shouldn't say that, but it feels that way, and but no, it feels more like a when my empathic skills first started happening and I didn't know what they were. And then as they grew but when I had help, it made a big difference. Like my mentor Philip was there in my 30s when they started growing a lot, and he had ways to calm me down and stuff like that and get me through it. And when I say calm me down and get me through it, I mean like panic attacks because of things I was getting to know, like insights I was having that were so freaking wow. And when I think about those insights and I think about the ones I've had since, it's like, yeah, those get you ready, guys. Those get you ready, guys. Do they not get you ready if you're just listening and you've been through a lot of what we're talking about? But if you're coming back into a situation like I am because of the nicotine withdrawal, I think, spurring me on to feeling this kind of self consciousness, and I did quit over a month ago, but I did smoke for or had nicotine for a very long time, and who knows what's in the next falls from thinking, really, no one knows what's in anything. I mean, I don't know, but you can hear how fast I'm talking, for example. I'm very when I'm more sensitive, I do tend to talk faster because the information's coming and going faster. Can't stay on tangent very well, tangent on track very well, and I go off on tangents like I usually do, a little worse. However, I'm better at bringing it back around to the topic at hand, which is our impasse and feeling overwhelmed. One good thing to do is write. If you're not liking the idea of writing, is just talk into your microphone and listen to it right away. Listen to it whenever you need to. And maybe you can get on the site. Like I know there are like journaling sites where you can do speech to text, and other people can read about your experiences as an empath. I don't know these offhand, and if any of you who are listening or watching this video on Spotify or YouTube want to, you can comment, and it'll help other listeners to know where they can go, where they can express the side of them and maybe get some help from peers who are going through it. This really helps to get peers who are going through it, aren't going to condescend or tell you how to do it. There's no right or wrong way to get through an empath kind of getting more sensitive, except your way. And you can get a lot of help, but always do it your way. Because whatever your intuition's telling you the best way to handle it, if it's saying call out to this person, listen to them, and then hang up, do it. If it's saying I need my boyfriend, go get him. You know, whatever it's saying, listen to your heart, intuition, and then your solar plexus kind of area, like what your willpower is saying when you're feeling that insecurity. Follow your heart, follow your sacral and your solar plexus, I think, would be the ones. The sacral is like I've always denied my sacral air energy. And if you don't know what that is, it's like your sacral is where your belly button is kind of, and that's where your sacral chakra is, and it's usually associated with the color orange. So empaths, this will be the area where you might have a gut instinct. That's why, but this area is associated with pleasure and fear. So I associate with fear. So if you are opening up more sensitively, you're going to pick your sacral energy up first, I think, because it's the second one to come in through your root. So your root lets things in, and then your sacral is going to be like, okay, what are we going to do with this? Are we going to feel good about it? Are we going to feel bad about it? Are we going to heal it? Are we going to love it? Are we going to grow from it? Are we going to get creative with it? Or what are we going to do with this energy coming in our root chakra from this other energy, which could be a human being, a cat, a dog, a book, anything, whatever energetically is affecting you. Mm. What you can do as an empath or anyone coming back into this feeling of insecurity is something I'm trying anyway. Um, I've been clearing my chakras a certain way. I don't think that would work very well just for someone who doesn't know much about their chakras. I think I'll go back to my original thing a long time ago when I was an empath, and I haven't talked about this in a while. It's a good time to bring it back up. I used to sit in the lotus position, and then I would put my hands like either like this mudra or this mudra, like this or this on my knee, either knee with both hands, one knee, one hand, the other knee, one hand. But sometimes this, sometimes this. Or if I had a mudra and I was practicing with mudras, I'd have specific ones. I might hold like up in the hand part up high. And then I would imagine a green light coming down. I'm sorry, coming. I was like, "Wait, that's not right. A green light coming up from the earth. If I would actually first picture like below me, like the floor. I'm doing it right now. I'm picturing below the couch, going through the couch cushions and all the weird stuff in the cushions by now. There's stuff in there, like and stuff. And then I get to the floor and I go through the wood and the floor and the concrete, and then I go through like whatever's there, like parking garage after parking garage after parking garage. And then I get to the soil and I can smell it and I can feel the roots there and it's green. And then I let that green come up to me and it comes up through my root chakra, which is right where your pelvic meets in your leg joints. If you want to think about that. I said it some other way and somebody said they had to turn off the other podcast. So I don't want to offend anybody by using terminology that might offend them. I never know. So you bring it up through there, and then you bring it into your sacral, the green color from the earth, and then you pull it up to your solar plexus, which is right here. And then you bring it up into your heart. When I say bring it up into, what I mean is imagination work. You're imagining this green light moving through your body doing this. But this is where it gets fun. When it gets to your heart chakra, you're going to try to imagine it changing from green to a whitish blue color, the color of angels. And you let it flow through your heart and change the colors all through there just to this color. Now that white blue color will travel up through here, all through your throat chakra, through your like there's like a line there, it feels like between chakras. And then up to your third eye, and then up to your crown chakra, and then up to that still shore chakra. I feel that little buddy right up here. Like I don't want to close anything off. I don't like doing Reiki like this. I really personally, I don't like to cover up my. I don't like to cover up my crown chakra. I don't like wearing hats or anything. It feels like it's blocking something important. Like your transmission's not going to be clear with that shamil crap on my head. I like that stuff on my head. That's pretty. Chenille. I don't even know what I said. I don't know fashion. Like to. I need to hire a fashionista. So try that technique with empaths, and I'm trying. I just did it. I actually feel a lot more. I feel a lot clearer than I did before I started this podcast. I feel like happier. I was not in a good place, and I was really sensitive. And just doing that to show you, I did it at the same time. I don't know if you can tell if you are one who can see colors and auras on video and tell that I feel different, or if you can just hear it in my voice or see it in my eyes on the video. Um, I just doing that technique is an old goodie. I just thought it up one time. I just kind of came up with it myself when I was in my 20s, and it works. And you can do other things like that with your chakras and imagination work, and it works every time. I'm doing some other ones. I'll teach them to you sometime, but not right now. I think it's enough for now. I'm gonna overload you with chakra things if you don't even feel the chakra yet, my young empaths, if that's who's listening. It's an empathic trait we have to be able to put our attention span on our chakras and feel them. It's energy feeling. It's not an emotion. It's an energetic emotion, I guess you could say, energetic sensation. There's got to be a word for that, a sense of it. We have a sense, smell for sense. I mean, we have clairaudience. We have we smell things, or we see things in clairvoyance, but we don't have a emotional connotation for that with the metaphysical, right? We need that, right? We need that. Young empaths, can you make that word for us? Put that in the comments too, or phrase. So yeah, doing that technique really helps. Any other advice I might have for a young empath or a new empath or an old empath going through it again? You got this. We got this. We got this. We've done it a million times. Maybe we need to go. Maybe we want to cry for a few days. Maybe it's okay. It's not so big of a deal to just try to smile and hug a cat. So I'd like to thank my sponsor, Everclear. Everclear is an advice app and website. You can get advice from psychics and empaths to get the clarity you need to get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. I almost said the clarity you need. You have to get 2 times the clarity you need. You do get 3 times the clarity you need. They give you 3 minutes free if you're a new caller. I think they still do that promotion. Yeah, they should. I think they do. And I'm Lisa Russick on there. Come give me a call. I'll give you a fast reading in 3 minutes. I'm usually logged in from 12 to 2. I've been laid up this week, so I've been trying not to log in. This past week, I did a little bit. But it's better if we schedule it through the portal anyway. Even if it's a 3-minute reading, you're not bugging me by writing me through the portal if I'm logged in and saying, hey, is this a good time for you? I'd be like, yes, probably. um, and empaths, when that feeling goes away and the cleared out, balanced feeling goes away, and that feeling like the tree is at night, it has no sunshine, it has no food, it has no water or anything. The tree is alone, the tree needs something. What does it need at night? It just needs some owls. It needs something that loves it at night too. You know what I mean? So, or when it's alone, when it's in its sleeping stage. I don't know. Think about that for a little while. Y'all have a great time wherever you may be, and I love you, listeners and watchers. Wish me luck with my neck. Maybe it's getting better. I'm just keeping this so I can work tomorrow for good, for sure. I mean, bye. Peace. Bye, mouth. Ow.